Know this as soon as possible. Life does not wait for you to be ready. It unfolds whether you are prepared or not. The seasons will not stop because you are uncertain. The sun will rise whether you have awakened or chosen to remain asleep. Existence flows like a river that does not pause to ask if you know how to swim. It keeps moving, it keeps carving valleys, it keeps shaping the land. And in the same way, life keeps shaping you. The question is not whether life is shaping you. The question is whether you are conscious of it or not. The earlier you understand that awareness is the key, the sooner you stop drifting. Many drift through life like fallen leaves carried by the wind, not realizing that there is also a root within them that can ground them. To know this as soon as possible means to awaken before you have wasted too many years of your short time here. It means to awaken before regret becomes heavier than your courage. It means to awaken before habit hardens into destiny. Most people wait for signs. They wait for someone to tell them when to start, when to change, when to act. But the truth is that no one will come to rescue you from yourself. No one will live your life for you. No one can breathe on your behalf. No one can eat on your behalf. No one can walk your path on your behalf. If you do not rise, you will remain sitting. If you do not open your eyes, you will remain in darkness even while the sun shines. Know this as soon as possible. The responsibility for your life is fully yours. When you understand this deeply, you stop blaming, you stop pointing outward and begin to look inward. You stop accusing fate, parents, society, or circumstance for the state of your being. Instead, you realize that even if you could not control how the story began, you have full control over how the story continues. And that shift, that moment when you take ownership, is the beginning of true freedom. There is a reason why the ones who awaken radiate peace, even in chaos. It is not because their lives are free of storms. It is because they know storms are part of the journey and they have learned to anchor themselves. They do not waste time wishing the storm was not there. They use the storm to sharpen their strength, to deepen their stillness, to understand the impermanence of all things. Know this as soon as possible. Suffering is not your enemy. Pain is not your enemy. They are your teachers if you dare to listen. When pain arrives, it is not there to punish you, it is there to awaken you. It is there to show you that something inside must shift, that something in your way of living no longer serves you. And if you refuse to listen, life will knock again, harder each time, until you cannot ignore it. That is why so many people wait until they are broken before they finally search for meaning. But why wait? Why delay the awakening that could bring you clarity today? Every moment you live unconsciously is a moment wasted. Every breath spent in resentment, fear, or envy is a breath that could have been filled with gratitude, love, and presence. Know this as soon as possible. The quality of your life is not determined by what you have, but by how awake you are in each moment. A rich man who is asleep to life is poorer than the beggar who is awake to each sunrise. A powerful ruler who is blind to his inner self is weaker than the child who laughs freely without fear. So many people believe that happiness will come later, after success, after recognition, after achievement. But happiness is not a reward, it is a state of being that you can choose now. If you tie it to conditions, you will always be chasing. If you learn to discover it within, you will always be free. Know this as soon as possible. Peace will not come from what you collect, but from what you release. Release the need to control everything, because life is not controllable. You can only dance with it. Release the need for constant approval, because the one who constantly craves the eyes of others becomes blind to their own truth. Release the stories of the past, because clinging to them keeps you chained when life is inviting you to move forward. To awaken is not to add more to your life, it is to subtract. It is to peel away the layers of illusion, fear, and conditioning until only the essence remains. And that essence, that pure awareness, is unshakable. It does not rise or fall with success or failure. It simply is. This is what the ancients pointed to when they spoke of liberation, not freedom from responsibility, not freedom from action, but freedom from being enslaved by your own mind. The mind is a powerful tool, but for most, it has become the master. Thoughts run endlessly, dragging emotions behind them, and the individual becomes like a puppet pulled by invisible strings. But the one who awakens sees the strings. They recognize this thought is not me, it is only passing. And by not grasping, by not clinging, they remain free. Know this as soon as possibly. You are not your thoughts. You are the space in which thoughts appear and disappear. If you believe you are your thoughts, you will live in constant turmoil because the mind never stops. It creates one desire after another, one fear after another, one judgment after another. But if you awaken to the truth that you are the witness, then you can allow the mind to do what it does without being enslaved by it. This is the secret to stillness in motion, peace in chaos, freedom in every circumstance. Life is not about reaching a place where problems disappear. Life is about reaching a state where problems no longer enslave you. The awakened one does not escape challenges. They face them with clarity. They do not run from fear. They walk through it with awareness. They do not cling to pleasure. They savor it without being owned by it. Time is moving. With each day, your body is aging, your opportunities are shifting, your moments are disappearing. How much longer will you wait before you awaken to what truly matters? You have already seen how fast years disappear. You have already felt how quickly joy can turn into loss. You have already noticed how fragile everything is. So why keep postponing? Why keep pretending that tomorrow is guaranteed? Know this as soon as possible. Life is happening now. The door to awakening is never in the future. It is always here. If you miss it in this moment, you cannot retrieve it later. You can only awaken now, not tomorrow, not next year, not after success. Every breath is an invitation. Every moment is a chance. Every sunrise is a reminder. To live awake is to live with attention. It is to see the small details you usually overlook, the way the breeze touches your skin, the way your breath moves in and out, the way silence holds everything together. It is to listen fully when someone speaks, to taste fully when you eat, to walk fully when you step. This simple practice transforms ordinary life into sacred life. Most are searching for miracles while stepping over them daily. They wait for some extraordinary sign from the heavens while missing the miracle that they are alive at this very moment, breathing, seeing, hearing, feeling. We awakened one does not wait for miracles, they see them everywhere. That shift in perception is the beginning of gratitude. And gratitude is the root of joy. The sooner you know this, the sooner you stop searching for happiness outside. You begin to carry it with you wherever you go. You realize that no circumstance can truly steal it unless you give permission. You realize that no amount of wealth or loss can define it because it arises from within. You realize that even in suffering, there can be meaning, there can be beauty, there can be growth. And yet, awakening is not a one-time event. It is a continuous practice. You do not awaken once and remain awake forever. Each day, each moment, you must return. Because the mind is subtle, it pulls you back into sleep, into distraction, into fear. That is why practice is necessary practice of stillness, of mindfulness, of reflection. The sooner you know this, the sooner you stop expecting awakening to be instant and you begin walking the path with patience. Patience does not mean laziness. It means steady, consistent effort without clinging to results. A seed does not become a tree overnight. A mountain is not climbed in one leap. But with steady steps, with consistent practice, with the impossible becomes possible. The one who knows this as soon as possible does not give up when progress feels slow because they understand that progress is inevitable when effort is sustained. Know this comparison is poison. Each person walks a unique path. Each journey is shaped by different lessons. If you spend your life comparing, you will miss your own unfolding. The flower does not compare itself to the tree. The river does not compare itself to the ocean. Each fulfills its role without envy, without imitation. You, too, must walk your own way. To know this early is to free yourself from endless competition and jealousy. And know also your time here is short. Death is not far away, though most live as if they are immortal. To remember death is not to become fearful, but to become awake. When you remember that your time is limited, you stop wasting it. You stop engaging in meaningless arguments. You stop chasing what does not matter. You stop postponing love. Remembering death is the greatest reminder to live fully. The sooner you know this, the sooner you will start giving your energy only to what matters. You will value presence over possessions, wisdom over status, authenticity over appearance. You will stop living to please a world that forgets you tomorrow and start living to align with your own truth. And the truth is simple. You are here now. This moment is your only certainty. Everything else is uncertain. Will you waste it in sleep or will you awaken? So if there is one truth to take with you, let it be this: life is too precious to be lived in delay. The moment you have been waiting for will never arrive because it is already here. The path you are searching for is not somewhere else. It is beneath your feet. The wisdom you are longing for is not hidden in distant places. It is already within you. Do not postpone the awakening. Do not postpone the courage. Do not postpone the love you carry inside. No, this as soon as possible. For when you awaken, every breath becomes a gift, every step be